Okay, we're going to look at Excel, which is a spreadsheet. And a spreadsheet is a killer app, meaning that when spreadsheets were invented, people went absolutely apeshit bonkers, particularly like accountants and people who crunch numbers for a living. And it was a need to have, an absolute must. They would go out and spend thousands of dollars on what would today be considered really slow computers. They would spend thousands of dollars on computers just to be able to run the spreadsheet application. And spreadsheets are to numbers as word processors are to words. So we use word processors for processing words, and we use spreadsheets for crunching numbers, for working with numbers. There's a couple of different spreadsheets out there. There is Excel, of course. So if you go to Start, All Programs, Microsoft Office, if you haven't installed, you could get Excel right there and open up Excel. And so there's Excel. And if you do not have Microsoft Office, you could go to collegebuys.org and get it for 40 bucks. 40 bucks if you're a student or faculty or staff or whatever, if you could convince them that you are, because we're all students of life, are we not? If you don't want to pay that 40 bucks, you could get OpenOffice. Go to openoffice.org, and they have a spreadsheet application also. Or you could just use Google Drive and go into Create and choose Spreadsheet. And there's spreadsheets, and you'll be able to crunch numbers in any one of those places. In this video and in the following videos, we're going to look at using Microsoft Excel. I'm going to teach you the basics to get you up and running with Microsoft Excel. If you want to become a master user of Microsoft Excel, you could go to Udemy, and I have this course where I've made $1,064. Pretty good. Actually, it's horrible considering how long it took me to build this class. And but you could go and you could take this Microsoft Excel 2013 course, Microsoft Excel 2013, the best Excel training on the web. And this is going to teach you everything you need to know about using Excel and using it well. Everything you need to know about using Excel and using it well. And because you've made it this far in this video, I'm going to let you get into this course for free. So I'm going to go back here on my instructor side and go to price and coupons. Normally the course is $39. However, if you enter, how about student? If you enter student, that will give you free access. All right. So when I ask you for the promo code, just enter student, and you now have free access to my Microsoft Excel course, which is great. So you'll learn a ton about Excel. The last thing I want to say about spreadsheets before we jump in and start working with Microsoft Excel is actually, what I'm looking for is Dan Bricklin. Dan Bricklin. There we go. And Dan Bricklin, this guy right here, is the dude who invented the spreadsheet. He's the father of the spreadsheet. And he was, created the spreadsheet. It was called VisiCalc. And he was at Harvard, I guess maybe Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I heard his Harvard Business School, that he was at Harvard Business School. Let's see what his education is. Yeah, Harvard University. And he created VisiCalc, and then he didn't license it, right? He didn't say, I own this, and if anybody wants to use it, you have to pay me a penny or a dollar or whatever. He gave it away for free in the spirit of sort of like the hippies, right? Like free love, everything's free. Let's all come together now, love one another right now, right? Like that old hippie song, if you've never heard it, come together. Come together. Right now, love one another. What comes up? What's the name of that? The Youngbloods, Get Together. So that old hippie song. He is giving away the spreadsheets for free, and he would have been like immensely rich if he had just said, no, you got to pay me $1 every time you use spreadsheets. So that's Dan Bricklin, and he's the father of spreadsheets. Pretty cool. And that's Come Together by the Youngbloods. Go check it out. It's a great song. All right, so let's start looking at how do we use spreadsheets. And we could do any spreadsheet. I'm just going to start off. I guess we'll stick with Excel. We'll go to Excel. I'm going to create a blank workbook. And first thing to know is that spreadsheets are created by having columns. So here we have columns, just like you have in the front of a building. Columns right here, right? And these are rows, just like you would have in like, the Hollywood Bowl or concert stadium. These are rows. So columns, rows. And if you have the intersection of a column and a row, then this little area right there is considered a cell. That is a cell. And every cell has an address. So that address there is E4, E4. And in fact, if we look to this address bar area right here, it tells us you are in E4. And then whatever cell we click on, that's called the active cell. So one little thing I do for my students in the classroom is I say, hey, what cell is this? What cell is this? What cell is this? And that would be cell C3, and we could confirm that, C3. This would be cell B6, B6. And that's really important when we start writing formulas to do math. We could just click and start typing anywhere to enter data into Excel. So I could enter store 1, store 2. And as I type that, you'll notice, okay, I've got a pattern there. And Excel can recognize patterns. So if I do 1, 2, 3, what's the next? 4, right? I could highlight that, and then I can grab, notice how this little selected area, I've highlighted multiple cells. That selected area has this little square right there. And when I go over that square, I get this different kind of, my cursor turns into a different thing. It's a black plus. I drag it and I grab, and it just automatically completes the pattern for me. So it doesn't matter what my pattern is, it will generally recognize it, right? And it'll complete the pattern for you. And I could do that even with months, right? January, February, highlight the months, right? 5, 6, there we go. So it completed my month. So that's just a little time saver. It's called autofill, autofill. And now I'm going to enter some data here. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to format this area because I'm going to have total here. Then I'll do tax, and then I'll do total. So first of all, I'm going to format this area right here where my numbers are going to go. I'm going to highlight that area, just left click and drag, and then release the left mouse button. And then I'm going to right click that. I'm going to choose format cells, format cells. And I'm going to format, when I get format cells, I have different options: number, alignment, font, border, fill, protection. I'm going to go with number. I'm going to say that whatever I enter in these cells will be a currency. It'll have a $sign. I could choose any kind of symbol for currency that's in the world, pretty much. And I'll have 2 decimal places. And my negatives will look like that. Okay, there we go. Now I can start entering numbers. 12, 14, 15, 13, 14, 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 10, 10, 10, 9, 10, 10. All right, boop. That would be if I had 3 stores. So let me actually shift this down 1. We'll go 3 stores, and we'll complete this pattern to 3. And we will format this last row, since I just added that, format cells as currency. Kabang! There we go. All right, now I need to add tax. I need to add tax, and I need to get my total. Just thinking about how to show this to you. What's the best way to do it? All right, so let's do total before tax, and then we'll do tax, and oops, and tax on total, and then total with tax. All right, we're going to do those, which means that this last row right here, I need to format that also as currency. Kabang. All right, so total before tax. I need to add up those numbers up above. All right, so one way you can do that, every formula in Excel starts with an equal sign. So I type equal, and I could say, and some people do this, and this is the wrong way to do it, 12 plus 8 plus 10. There we go, 30. 12 plus 8 plus 10 is 30. Well, the problem with that is, what if I go, oh, this is supposed to be 9. This did not just update. I'd have to actually go into that formula, double click it, and enter a 9, and then press enter, and then it would update. That's the wrong way to do it. The right way to do it is to press equal to start a formula, and then click on the cell reference. So I want to add up that, and that's cell G4, plus, I hit the plus sign, the operator, and then I click that. That's my next operand, and then plus, and then I click that. And now I've got cell G4 plus G5 plus G6. I'm adding up whatever is in those cells. I press enter, and now when I change this number, right, my total automatically changes, because whatever is in those cells gets added up. That's what I wrote in this formula, where it's G4 plus G5 plus G6. So that's how you write a formula. And if you want to see your formulas, you could go to formulas right here and show formulas. And now I could see my formulas, right? That's formula view. And I could check show formulas, and it comes back off. Show formulas, show formulas, show formulas. All right, so if I ever want to see all my formulas, I just click show formulas and it shows them to me. So that's how you write a formula in Excel. And I'm going to stop here and then we'll continue in the next video.